For 30 days, I traveled through more than 15 different states, ending up at my best friend Ron's new place in Chelsea, Alabama. If you've been watching the channel, you already know Ron. We've known each other for pretty much our entire lives.
It'll be fun, he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
I don't. Not yet.
Well, it'll be fun, I promise.
This trip starts with me following Ron and his dad Jerry as they haul Ron's boat from California all the way back to Alabama. Our route takes us east along the I-40 through Arizona, then into New Mexico, across Texas, and up through Oklahoma to Kansas, where we stayed for a couple of days at Ron's cousin's place. From there, we rolled through Missouri, Arkansas, and Tennessee until we finally made it to Ron's place in Chelsea. I spent 2 amazing weeks there, off-roading, fishing, and even taking a trip back up to Tennessee to camp and tour the Jack Daniel's distillery. Anybody knows me, that was an absolute must on this trip. After that, I headed back west, camping in the Ozarks of Arkansas, stopping in Kansas to visit some relatives, and then driving north through Nebraska and Iowa to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where I picked up Roseanne from the airport. She joined me for a 4-day mini-adventure across South Dakota to see Mount Rushmore, then into Wyoming to visit Devil's Tower. We camped at both before I dropped her off at the Denver airport because she had to get back. After that, I stayed at my sister's in Fort Collins for about a day and a half before setting out on the final leg of the journey. That stretch took me through the Colorado Flat Tops, into Utah's San Rafael Swell and the Wedge, where I camped right on the canyon's edge, and finally south to the Valley of the Gods. My plan was to camp there for the night, but a tropical storm rolling in from the Pacific had other ideas. The storm hit a day early, forcing me to pack up fast and make a 13-hour push all the way back home. All of that to start back at the beginning, day 1, following Ron and his dad through California and into Arizona, heading for my first camping location of the trip, the Mogollon Rim. Guys, I got here late after sunset. It's getting dark. I can't wait to show you guys this view. The Mogollon Rim is no joke. It's right up there with the Grand Canyon as far as just an amazing, you can't even, how do you describe these things, people? I'm gonna get some great video tomorrow. It's too dark to really get much. I'm going to set up camp, have some dinner. I'm starving. I'll talk to you maybe while I'm cooking, but let me get camp set up. Man, I can't wait to show you guys this view. You're going to watch me eat and sit by the fire and go to bed, and then I'll show you. Stay tuned. I'm foregoing the viewing of the cooking for the rising of the full moon. Sorry for the cooking, but you'll thank me for the full moon rise. I promise. Well, first of all, dinner turned out pretty good, I'd say. Well, let's see if it's good, but it looks good. Smells good. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the fire, enjoy the sky, the moon, and I think we'll call it a night. I'm pretty tired. It's been a long drive. And I'll see you at sunrise. The Mogollon Rim, a towering frontier between Earth and the sky. Stretching nearly 200 miles across central Arizona, it marks the edge of the Colorado Plateau where ancient cliffs rise 2,000 feet above the desert floor. For thousands of years, this land has carried the footsteps of the Mogollon, the ancestral Puebloans, and later the Apache and Yavapai. They hunted these forests, farmed these high plateaus, and honored the rim as a sacred boundary, a place between worlds. Today, the Mogollon Rim still calls to those who wander, overlanders, dreamers, and explorers, drawn by its vast pine forests, quiet lakes, and endless horizon. Stand on its edge, and you'll feel it, the timeless pull of the wild. As tired as I was early this morning, thanks to what I think were some issues with last night's dinner, taking in that sunrise over this gorgeous view completely re-energized me. Now it's time to hit the road and try to catch up with Ron and his dad, who spent the night in a small town a few miles east of Winslow, Arizona. Looks like I've got about 100 miles to make up, but that's the plan, catch up with them and follow along through New Mexico, where I've found what I hope will be another great camping spot. It's going to be tough to beat this one, but we'll see. This morning, after leaving the Mogollon Rim, I head east on Interstate 40 into New Mexico, trying to catch up to Ron and his dad, who I know are staying on the eastern side of the state this evening. 80 miles past Albuquerque, I turn north on State Route 3, hit dirt, and follow a fading trail to the Pecos River inside the Santa Fe National Forest. After an early night, I wake up and make a decision that may have saved me a lot of trouble in the morning. Stay tuned.
Wow, this trail is so not traveled.
Sorry, this trail is not traveled much at all. I'm going to guess this is going to be open. My question is what condition is it in? I almost missed this trail. Starting to get excited, and it's just gorgeous out here. 88 degrees, just went up 4 degrees, into 3 degrees, interesting. But, you know, it's going to get dark soon, the sun's going to go down, it's going to be perfect weather.
There may be some bugs on the river, but we'll figure that out as it happens. I can't wait to get to camp.
Want this for camp, huh? It was well worth the trip, guys. This is perfect. The only thing that could be better is if there was a better path to the water, which there is not. Which is okay, but it's not. I really want to go put my hands and feet in the water. But you can see the water, hear just the noise, the water noise. There's some rapids just up there. There's an echo off the wall. What an amazing wall that is. Man, that's cool. Anyway, just gonna sit here and enjoy the sunset. There's a thunderstorm building right here. I don't think it's gonna be a monsoon, but maybe a little bit of rain. It's all right, man. I don't care. I'm very tired. I'm gonna wait till the sun goes down. I'm gonna do a quick, easy meal tonight and go to bed early, listening to the sound of the water. Hope you're enjoying the video so far. It's been a great couple days. A lot of driving. I think about maybe 14 hours total driving so far. But the first two campsites I think have more than delivered for me. I hope they delivered for you too. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this evening. Have a beer. Something simple for dinner. Get the hay early. Get up, enjoy the sunrise, which should be somewhere in that area. And hit the road again. Tomorrow is I'm going to drive through Texas and into Kansas. And I think I'm going to go straight to Ron's cousin's house, which is sort of 2/3 of the way there. They're stopping to meet and have fun with family. They say they have a place I can park and camp on their property, which is awesome. I think I'm going to drive straight through to there tomorrow. We might be doing 2 days there, but we'll see. You got to stay tuned and find out. Beautiful sound. Love that noise. Probably done. So, dinner tonight consists of boiling some water and a Mountain House freeze-dried chicken teriyaki meal. I'm pretty sure it's going to be all I need after last night's meal and all night last night. This should be hopefully fairly tame. I'm hoping. Anyway, gonna enjoy dinner and the rest of the sunset, and then I am so tired. Stay tuned.
see me, but it's not even raining yet. But there's one thing that'll drive me out of my rooftop tent in a literal heartbeat is lightning. Okay, through the gate. It's starting to rain a little bit more, so I don't know. It's one of those things where maybe you realize you overreacted tomorrow. I'd rather overreact tonight and laugh about it tomorrow. In the black spot in the middle, right there is where we are.
Some might wonder why I was in such a panic and breathing so heavily when I was leaving camp. Like I said during the video, I'd rather overreact tonight and laugh about it in the morning than not react at all and wake up in a bad place. I knew the trail ahead was nearly 20 miles of soft, dusty terrain that could turn into deep mud really fast. I was camped near a river, one I almost knew nothing about. I didn't even know if it normally had water, let alone how high it could rise. Being alone had a huge influence on my decision, and because of that, I chose to take no chances. If heavy rain hit, I knew those trails could be completely impassable by morning. So I packed up quickly, thus the heavy breathing, unsure of when the storm would arrive, and made a fast exit to dry pavement. Looking back, it was absolutely the right call. You saw the radar, how much rain fell over such a massive area for so long. Those trails were wrecked, no doubt. How high that river would have risen, I'll never know, and I'm glad I wasn't there to find out. After reaching pavement, I drove straight through the storm to the Flying J in Tucumcari, New Mexico, just shy of the Texas state line. I caught about 5 hours of sleep in the Jeep before getting back on the road, and I'm currently in Oklahoma after crossing the Texas Panhandle, heading for Kansas. If you didn't know, Kansas has some of the least public land in the country, less than 1% of the entire state. It's mostly farmland and privately owned, which means if you want to hunt, fish, or even camp, you usually have to know someone. Luckily, thanks to Ron and his dad introducing me to their family, I had a place to stay. And man, is it gorgeous. Morning, guys. What an amazing night of sleep I just got. After 2 nights of not much sleep or no sleep at all, I had probably one of the best night's sleeps in the tent that I've ever had. I am currently in Augusta, Kansas, which is just barely south of Wichita. And I gotta tell you, I heard from the folks that we're staying with, who I'll introduce to you in a minute by name, that this year broke the drought. They've gotten so much rain, and this field of theirs and the neighbors shows it. It's so beautifully green and tall, and their property is just amazing. They have a pond. Ron's down there sitting on the pond right now. Just an amazing place, I have to say. So Rodney and Rita, thank you so much for your hospitality and for letting me come up on your land and camp up here like this. I just can't say thank you enough. What a gorgeous place you guys have. Rodney Jr. and his wife Gail, thank you for your hospitality as well, showing us around the property, coming up here and just kind of getting me settled in. I do greatly appreciate it so much. I look forward to spending the day here today and another night right up here on this hill, and I'll film some more tonight. So I'm gonna go join Ron at the lake right now with some coffee, and stay tuned. I'll show you more of Kansas. Who knew? Kansas was so gorgeous. I'm not kidding when I say this. This may be the first time I've ever seen Ron sitting next to a body of water without a fishing pole in his hand trying to catch fish. And quick travel tip. If you're ever in the Wichita, Kansas area, do yourself a favor and look up New Ways Burger. It's a small, classic burger joint famous for its crumbly, loose ground beef burgers. It's also famous for the Tip Top sandwich, which is truly a one-of-a-kind and absolutely amazing, and you cannot skip their homemade root beer. Take my word for it, don't pass up the opportunity to eat there. I promise you won't regret it.
Got the whole bottle just to myself. Just kidding. But I do have enough jack to serve an army. Got a little bit of ice, some water to mix in, and we should be good to go. Cheers, everybody. So good. Good morning, man. I've enjoyed another Kansas sunrise and a gorgeous sunset last night. Today, though, we're packing up. Also having a power issue to the fridge. Actually a power issue to the Jackery 500, and I haven't quite pinpointed whether it's a fuse that's the 12 volt in the back of the Jeep's not working, or if it's a bad cable. That's the most important thing for the next 2 days, because it's got the fridge running off of it. So we'll keep that going off the 1000, which is what I'm doing, and maybe, so basically tomorrow evening we'll be in Alabama at Ron's house, so I'll troubleshoot it there. I can save everything in the fridge and not have to worry about that while I figure out what's going on. All that aside, today is a fairly short drive, maybe 5 or 6 hours. We're going to Arkansas. Thanks for being here this entire trip so far. I hope you're enjoying the video. There's been some pretty cool spots, I think, so far, and plenty more to come as the month goes on. The next 2 weeks I'm going to be hanging out at Ron's place. We're going to go fishing, and we're going to check out the Jack Daniel's distillery, take that tour, and do several other things, so it won't be the normal trip stuff for a while. Ron's actually riding with me today, so we're going to go down to the house from the top of the property up here, where they've been so gracious to let me stay for 2 nights now.
And one more thank you to Rodney and Rita, Rodney Jr. and Gail, for an absolutely amazing 2 days. From the incredible food to the genuine hospitality, every moment made me feel truly welcome. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of camping at the top of your beautiful property and sharing such a special place with me. Most of all, thank you for making me feel like part of the family. We leave Kansas early, spending 2 long days crossing several states to reach Ron's place in Chelsea, Alabama, where I'll be staying for the next 2 weeks. The plan is simple: slow down and enjoy the time. We'll spend our days fishing, off-roading, and exploring the back roads. We'll even head into Tennessee to camp and fish on a private lake before wrapping it all up with a stop in Lynchburg for the legendary Jack Daniel's Distillery tour. Stay tuned. This adventure is just getting started. First things first, let's get that boat we drug 2/3 of the way across the country in the water.
We're in Alabama on the water. Ron, my best friend Ron, who we followed out here, around, now falling in the water. We're gonna troll. I've got a fish on. It's right here.
Oh, damn.
That's a big fish.
Nice one.
Nice one is right.
That's a keeper.
Oh yeah, it is. Woo!
We had an incredible day on the water, fishing and exploring the Coosa River and Lay Lake. Unfortunately, we didn't catch any more fish.
Catch a fish, Ron.
Man, when it rains in Alabama, it rains. Thankfully, it dries up quickly so we can hit the trails. First day on the trails was the U.S. Forest Service Road, number 601 Wiregrass Road, which was only about 6 miles long and consisted of well-maintained dirt roads. We took a couple of offshoots that led to some beautiful, secluded lakes, and it was a quick, easy day.
This has been a fun little trail. We've had, 4 stream crossings, one being right here, being like number 5. Found 2 different water reservoirs or small lakes with boat launches, neither of which would be an easy launch, but neither would be like super hard. That's cool right there, man. It's little streams with little tiny bridges built over them. But a great little trail so far. Pretty thick woods. Really well maintained, what I would just call fire roads, or forestry roads. Having a good time. This is fun. Buc-ee's. The world's largest gas station. Wait for it. Like there must be 100 pumps. Buc-ee's, Leeds, Alabama.
Buc-ee's, a truly unique experience. Just gotta go and see one for yourself. Their brisket sandwich is truly to die for. So good.
Yeah, can't really explain it. You have to see it. You got to be here and see it for yourself to understand what it is. Pretty cool though. We'll try that sandwich when we get home. All right, day 2 on the trail in Alabama. Should be fun, about 13 miles. I don't know if we'll do all 13, but about 10 miles in, there's a fire tower, lookout tower that I'm really trying to get to.
Day 2 of off-roading was just me and Ron, still in the Talladega National Forest on State Forest Service Road 600-1, which is a slightly longer trail at nearly 14 miles, rated at 4 or moderate on the Onyx app, only for 1 or 2 spots that were because of erosion of the otherwise well-maintained fire road.
There's another trail that shows. That says it's the closed road. That's the open road up to the tower. And And then the old road that says it's closed is this one. That's more like it. Yeah, that's the one that you should take.
Could have handled that.
I don't know why this is the closed road. That's where the other one comes up.
Oh, the other one comes up right there?
Yeah.
Oh. We probably could have made that one too.
I know why it's because when the gates close, people go around it that way.
Yeah.
That's why there's a second road. That's way up there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Is there anybody up here?
No.
What do you know, dude? What do you know?
All right, well, we made it to the Horn Mountain Lookout Tower, Fire Lookout Tower. It's 100 feet tall. It is right behind me. The sun is right behind the top there. You could probably get up to the top. Pretty sure you can get up to the top. The reason is the fence around it is, the fence is gone. Not much, 7 foot by 7 foot tower up there to stand in. Hope you're enjoying. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Stay tuned. We're heading out to Tennessee tomorrow to do some fishing and to see the Jack Daniel's distillery, take the tour. So that'll be fun. So don't go anywhere for that. Anyway, for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Probably not going to film anymore on this trip. It's been a fun trip. Welcome to Tennessee, guys. We left Chelsea this morning about 10. Was it 10? Maybe 11. By the time we got on the road, I think it was 10:30, 10:45. It's a little after noon. It's 12:24. We literally just crossed into Tennessee. We are heading for a harvest host that Ron has stayed at. And he has gotten to know the guy that owns it well enough, I think. We'll see. That once we get there, it's fine that I'm in a Jeep and have a pop-up tent. Now, I haven't done any research into Harvest Toast because it's not exactly my thing. I think it's amazing. I think to be able to camp at all these places and all you really have to do for one night is buy stuff from them and whatever. I think it's an amazing system, but it's not really my kind of places. I like to be further out. We went fishing on the lake near Ron's house, and Ron caught the one bass that you've seen. I am hoping to catch some fish today and or tomorrow. The other thing we're doing, so we're camping tonight, so what we're going to do is buy some beef, some steaks from the owner of this Harvest Toast, who again Ron's become friends with. And we're going to have a good meal this evening at camp. And then tomorrow we're going to fish a little bit in the morning, and then we're going to see, imagine this, me getting to go to Jack Daniel's distillery and taking the tour. That's right, folks. That which runs through my blood, sometimes more than my blood, I get to see where it comes from tomorrow. Super looking forward to that. Can't wait for that. It's going to be fun. So hang in there. Hopefully you'll see me catching fish, and you will absolutely see me smiling at the Jack Daniel's distillery, where my blood type comes from. Stay tuned. Look at this. All right, we made camp, as you can see. It's a beautiful property, absolutely gorgeous property. 3 lakes. We're on 3 lakes on here? Yeah, 3 lakes.
Huge one up behind the house.
So there's one back here, and then there's a couple up in front of me. Can't quite see, but we came past them on the way in. Ron assures me I'm going to catch a fish out here, but he also then says there's no 100% in fishing. So I'm going to do my ding just to catch a fish for the first time in years. Of course, with Ron's help and guidance. Looking forward to that. It is humid. It is a lot more humid here than 2 hours south in Alabama. I can tell you that much. So those of you that say Tennessee's not humid, I no longer believe you.
That's probably the biggest one I caught out here.
Yeah.
That's all of 4 pounds. All right, we got Darren on the spot. He's got a couple bites. Well, if you guys don't believe me, I'll post up the fish I just caught about 3 minutes ago right next to him. So
Yeah, there's fish. I'm just not going to catch them.
yeah, you will. You gotta be positive.
I don't catch fish when I fish.
We're fishing a private pond in Tennessee that I got permission to fish on. Oh, really? Oh, dude. Keep your tip up.
For the fish, too.
There you go. Look at that. There you go. Go ahead. Horse him up on the short. All one. There you go. Ah! Put your thumb in the lip and he'll get paralyzed. There you go. Look at that.
As you recorded. That's my first fish in years.
Is it over? Yeah.
Oh, that's badass.
That's a nice bass. Good hook set on the fat Ica. Nice fish, Darren.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good deal. There you go. That's a good 16, 17 inches.
Yeah, that's fun. Good fish.
There you go.
Wow, your video.
I know. I know.
That's badass. That was like, you couldn't plan that.
No.
That's good. The whole thing's going in the video.
That's the first time I started videotaping you this whole trip, too.
Is it?
Yeah?
Okay, you got to videotape me from now on.
Just sit here and be the professional videotaper. All right, nice fish, dude. Good job.
Fun.
Second cast just now. Second cast. That's a little bit bigger. Oh, that's bigger. Yep, just horse him up. There you go.
Drag.
You kind of got to do it in just one. There you go. Number 2. Very next cast.
Seriously, next cast.
That's bigger. Oh, yep. That's a good hook set, too.
That hook's right there. I'm sticking my thumb.
I know, but once you get your thumb in the mouth, they get paralyzed. There you go. Fish number 2. Back to back.
Like two casts.
Yep. Nice bass. Tennessee largemouth. Yeah, might be a little bit bigger. He took some more drag.
That's 2 and 2 casts, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, you're caught up to me now.
Like, I can seriously just go home now. He ate that thing.
Yeah.
That just made my day, dude.
Take off. We just had an amazing dinner. Filet mignon and a New York strip from my buddy Jeff's house here in Tennessee. All grass-fed dinner. So Darren and I, in March when I retired, we went on a little trip and I took off to Alabama, and he came out with me for a couple days. Then we split off. I got out to Alabama, and then I needed to bring my boat back here. So my old man and I were going to bring my boat back here, and Dad's like, yeah, I'll come follow you guys, make sure everything's okay, which is cool. There's not a lot of people who do that. So I flew back home to California, and I started going through my house. I was throwing stuff away that I've had for 25, 30 years, stuff I didn't need. And I'm going through boxes, shredding stuff. And I came across something that I didn't realize I had, and Darren doesn't know this. So for the first time, it's been 30-something years, this is what I came across.
This is from when I was in boot camp. Should I read it out loud?
Sure.
Oh God, this is gonna suck because this is gonna bring back memories. Hey bud, today was our first full day in the field. We packed all our stuff, wow it's heavy, out to the campsite yesterday. Today we humped all the way down to the shooting range. We fired all day. I got to fire the M16 on burst. Three shots per pull. Wow, with an exclamation point.
Like, you wouldn't go to his graduation, you don't go to his wedding. You know, he goes, Marine Corps.
Yep.
So my dad went to his Marine Corps. My dad doesn't go to a lot of stuff. So.
Yep.
Anyway, came across this. Didn't even remember I had it, and I found it right before Darren said, hey, you're going to take your boat out there with your old man? I'm going to go help you out. So that's what good
Did
buds
you ever
do.
get another one of those?
No.
That's the only one
That's
you
the
got.
only one I got. If I did get another one, I don't have it. But you weren't a big rider?
No, I'm still not.
You weren't a big talker?
Nope. And I probably brought my parents once or twice. And if you got one, I'm shocked. To be quite honest.
I am too.
I don't think I wrote more than 4 or 5 of those the entire 12 weeks. 12 weeks of pure hell. Yeah. Yeah, it's postmarked April of '94.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool.
It is cool. Well,
I toured my dad's house.
This is a lifetime ago.
And my dad's like, yep, that sounds like boot camp. So he got a kick out of it. So that was
Good.
cool.
Well, cool. Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
For sharing. What an amazing spot, man. We had some lightning last night. Luckily it stayed north of us, so I was able to sleep in the tent. Had a pretty good night's sleep. Woke up at 8 o'clock to pouring rain. Started tearing down and pouring rain. Ron decided to go back and do some fishing for a minute. I guess he cast twice and caught a fish that fast, so that was cool for him. I opted to start putting stuff away in the rain, and as soon as he went off to fish, it stopped raining. I was able to get everything taken care of. And we're actually leaving a little early. We have an appointment for the Jack Daniels tour, but we're gonna leave and try and get into an earlier tour just because it's hot and humid. It's not hot. I take it back. It's just humid. I don't know what the percentage is right now, but this is reminiscent of living on the East Coast and never getting dry, all the things that humidity, and I don't get along for those reasons. Anyway, I had a great time. Caught 2 fish yesterday, as you saw. Amazing time. Ron was very patient with me and got me on the fish. That was fun. Stay tuned. I'll show you Jack Daniels.
So here is the under 3-minute tour of the Jack Daniels distillery. We were told that not everybody on this tour gets to see the burning of the wood for the charcoal that is used to filter bourbon into whiskey. And now you know how Jack Daniels is made. They have their own fire department here. Jack Daniels was actually a very short man, and this is where they get their water for all of the Jack Daniels in the world. The well actually is pretty cool. It goes miles back into the mountains, but it was low while we were there. Jack Daniels' house or office. Sad story. The safe that you're about to see, Jack Daniels kicked, broke his foot or toe, and ended up dying like 4 or 5 years later from like gangrene. Had to have it amputated, and then it killed him. Murder weapon. Everything around the distillery has this black soot on it. Bizarre. Not allowed to use your camera inside a lot of the cool areas where you see how they make Jack Daniels. Secondary note on the black soot, apparently a lot of whiskey makers during Prohibition were caught by law enforcement because they knew exactly what to look for. The black soot was a dead giveaway from the stills. Go ahead, explain that to the judge. The bottling process is really cool. Also, they make all of their own barrels for Jack Daniels and they burn the insides for more flavor. It's a pretty cool process. That's a pretty cool truck. Ron says I wasn't paying attention during this part of the tour. I'm not sure why they made half barrels. Bottling and labeling process is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, a little disappointed about the amount in the tasters. They say it's because no one can get a DUI off that amount of whiskey, apparently. Barrel houses are amazing. The amount of barrels in each one, and there are thousands of them. Well, I don't know how many there are, but there's a lot of them. And all this in a dry county. This is not a liquor store. It's a gift store. And that, my friends, is the Jack Daniel Distillery.
So, back from Tennessee, back in Alabama, in Huntsville, Alabama, the space city. I don't know. Just drove by like the Saturn V. There's a space shuttle. There's a lot of space industry in Alabama and right here. So, it's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure that's like a life-size Saturn V. I think it's ginormous. Ginormous. Dwarfs the space shuttle. Anyway, pretty cool. Heading back to Ron's today. It's been a great little 2 days to Tennessee. Caught some fish. Yeah. And then got to see the Jack Daniels Distillery. What a cool tour that was, man. So cool to go to the only place they make Jack Daniels in the entire world. Every bottle of Jack Daniels anywhere in the world comes out of that place. And man, is it cool to see how it's all done. You don't get to use your camera in like on the insides very much. It's just kind of a bummer because those are the cool. That's what's so cool. But I think I got enough shots of it. Pretty cool. Glad we did it. Thank you, Ron. And we're just gonna get back to Ron's tonight. Relax tomorrow. I don't think I have anything else planned for the next 3 or 4 days before I actually leave and head north, which would be nice.
Ron, as I roll out towards Arkansas, I just want to say thank you again for an incredible 2 weeks of fishing, food, and off-roading. I couldn't have asked for a better adventure or a better best friend to share it with. That said, I gotta ask, what in the world is going on with the traffic between Chelsea and Birmingham? I swear half the state decided to drive today. Either way, miss you already, brother.
Hello there. Hours later, 7 hours later, we are on the dirt in Arkansas. In the Ozarks. Ozark National Forest. Right? I mean, it's crazy. I don't think I ever really thought I'd get here. Not like ever get here this trip, but like I never thought I'd come here to go off-roading. But here I am. So this is clearly just a logging road or a forestry road. It's called Victor Road. This is, maybe somebody lives off this road. I'm not sure. This seems like a pretty well maintained gravel road. This road is amazing. an absolutely cool trail this is, man. Running, the river's right over there. And it's just turned into this little tiny 2-track almost. Look at this. If I wasn't alone and if I knew the area better, I would go right back here. Sorry. Which is all mud and water and tracks. Would be fun, but again, I'm alone and I don't know anything about this area, or I would be going further. It doesn't matter. I have seen several great campsites. I'm going to do one more search down one more path, and then I'm going to go, if I don't find a good camp there, I'm going to go back and make camp at the under all the trees in a wide open spot right above the water. So let's see where we end up. Hang in there. Doing like a 15-point turn here, but I got it lined up to where I can back up this little embankment, which should give me enough to turn around. But this ought to do it. I'm getting attacked by ginormous flies. And we are completely turned around now. That's good. I'm serious. I would have loved to have gone down that trail a little further in the mud. It would have been fun. But being alone and not knowing this area at all, I decided not to. So I think that's the right choice. And I'm not out here to spend days and days as much as I'd love to. After seeing this, I want to come back here. I need to come back here. This place is amazing. This tiny little trail I'm on that's overgrown is just so cool. Alright, made camp. Most important things, got the chair and the table. I have the big table I'm going to set up. I'm going to cook some dinner real fast here, real quick. I'm going to do tortilla cheeseburgers. Put some meat on some tortilla and fry it up in a pan and call it a meal. But I just have to share what's behind me. Look at that. What a gorgeous, gorgeous emerald color that water is. It's just natural beauty. Without Ozark Overland Adventures, Matt's Gaia maps, without them I would have probably found somewhere out here, but I surely would not have found this place this quickly. So thank you, Matt, for sharing that with all of us on Gaia. That made this one night adventure much easier to find something like this. Just absolutely stunning. So I appreciate that very much, as do I'm sure many others. Just gonna sit here, enjoy this beautiful spot again in the Ozarks National Forest, I think it is. I had to put some pants on because the mosquitoes are pretty good. Yeah, they're out in force. There's some big spiders, big long-legged spiders all over the place. This is a great spot, easy to level off. Beautiful canopy here. I'm not sure we'll see many stars, but you never know. Through the trees, it might be gorgeous. And I'll stay up just late enough to find that out, and then I'll probably go up and get some much-needed sleep. It was a long day on the road today, and I got a long day on the road tomorrow to Kansas.
Ozark rivers look emerald green because they flow over limestone bedrock. The rock naturally filters sediment, making the water extremely clear, and sunlight reflecting off pale stone creates the green glow.
Morning. Got up at 6 o'clock. Forgot that the sunrise wasn't until 7. That's okay. I need to get an early start today. I want to get to Topeka, Kansas at a decent hour so I can spend some time with some family and then get some rest because I got to leave early tomorrow to get up to Sioux Falls to pick up Pody. We're going to spend 4 days together. She's flying out to join me on the trip for 4 days. And we're going to see Mount Rushmore and Devil's Tower and camp 3 nights and get her back to Denver Airport by Saturday so she can go back to work. Excited about this morning's view. Man, this place really is spectacular. Wish I had 10 days just here in the Ozarks, man. You could spend that many days easily through here. Vast, absolutely vast. And gorgeous, all of it. So I'm going to enjoy the next 5 or 10, maybe 20, 30 minutes
of all this. Finish packing up and hit the road fairly early today, maybe 7:30ish. By the time I get on the road, maybe 8. But I really don't want to leave. I want to soak this up for as long as I can. Not too bad. Just taking a moment to say it out loud. I cannot believe I'm in the Ozarks. About to fly my drone again and get some beautiful shots. I sure hope you guys enjoy this video. That's all. Good morning from Iowa, just past Omaha, Nebraska,
on the Nebraska side of the river. I'm in Iowa. I'm not sure. I've been to Iowa before, maybe as a kid. Anyway, the goal for the day, to pick up Roseanne at the Sioux Falls Airport at 12:50. Right now my map says I'm going to get there at 12:37. I have 170 miles range and 179 miles distance to go, which means I have to get gas, which adds 10-15 minutes for gas and a pee break and all the things. So it's going to be close, is my point. Had a little snafu leaving my relative's house this morning with some construction. Then the gas station didn't have any coffee, so I made coffee, which added 10 minutes to my time. So it's all going to play out in about 2.5 hours, and we'll see if we get there early, if we get there late, or if we pull up when she walks out. It's going to be close. Hang in there, I'll show you how close it is. Okay, she's already landed. I just pulled in the airport pickup lane. What a cool little airport. It's the same size as Palm Springs, I would imagine. I'm gonna go ahead and pull in to arrivals and just hope that she walks out right now. Hi.
Hi.
I am pulling up to the arrival doors right now.
Oh, I see now.
You see me?
I gotta say, we couldn't have nailed that any better. I'd only been parked at the end of arrivals for about a minute when we got on the phone and she spotted me. We were rolling almost immediately, then west on I-90 across South Dakota towards Mount Rushmore. The goal was to get there in time to see them light up the mountain. Man, we nailed it again, pulling into the monument with a little time to spare before sunset. Now, let's see if they're actually going to light it up after dark.
What's up, everybody? We have just pulled up to the Mount Rushmore monument, and I gotta tell you, I've not been this paranoid driving anywhere in a long time. The reason I was paranoid, because of the government shutdown. I wasn't sure it was going to be open. Well, first of all, we pull up and it's open. Second of all, it was free because it's after like 6 o'clock. They don't man the gates. And third, there's maybe 10 people here, maybe. So yeah, pretty great experience so far. And I talked to a ranger, park ranger, and he said they are going to still light it up. But you can see it's all set up for the evening event that they did right up until, guess what, last night. That's just normal schedule. They stop October 1st. They no longer do the evening presentation, but apparently they still light up the mountain until 9 o'clock. So I don't know. I'm assuming that's at 7 o'clock, which is only like 7 minutes from now. So we're going to wait around and see if we can see it light up. Anyway, I'll show it to you. It's behind me here. Right there. Pody's over there. Anyway, yeah, it's good. We're going to get a room tonight. We're going to stay in a hotel tonight, get some dinner, watch this, come back here tomorrow and do the hike around the path and do the whole thing. But we just wanted to come here tonight first thing. One, see if it was open. It is open, thank goodness. And to see it lit up. So hopefully that still happens in about 7 minutes. Well, I'll show it to you. So hang in there. Well, it didn't light up, everybody. I don't know if it's the shutdown or maybe we're leaving too soon. I don't know, but here's the crazy thing. I'm literally here. We are literally here alone. There's not a soul here. Truth be told, there's one guy over there around the corner still waiting for the lights to go on. But literally here by ourselves. It is so peaceful. We did get to see it. I think I showed you when I got here. And so no, this is totally worth coming. And totally worth being here. We got to see it. We're coming back tomorrow in the daylight, so that'll be cool. It's just a bummer we didn't get to see it lit up. Timing couldn't have been worse. Literally missed the ceremony they do every night by one night. Like last night they did it. And then the government shut down today. And I don't know if they're going to light it up tonight or not. The ranger said they would, but he didn't seem to know for sure. There's no one here that knows how it works. So we waited well after sundown and no lighting. So we're going to take off. We're going to go check into our hotel and eat some dinner. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when we get back here in the daylight. Pretty cool. All alone, literally.
Iron Mountain Road, also marked as 16A on the map, is a must-see drive to Rushmore. Find it, take it. It's worth it, I promise.
So we're back during the daytime to see Rushmore. I'll show it to you, but I also want to show you something else. See Rushmore daytime, all that stuff. We sat around for like an hour last night trying to see if they were going to light up Rushmore, and even a ranger said they probably would. Well, had I walked around the corner, around the corner, and behind the building is the switch for the lights. I should have just turned them on. I might have gotten banned from all national parks, but it would have been worth it. Anyway, they never did turn the lights on. It was a bummer. But we were alone here, and it was really, really cool. And we're back today. It's cool to see it in the daylight. We took the path, except for the stairs. We skipped the stairs because, you know, they're stairs. And I'm getting old and out of shape, so no stairs. But very cool, beautiful weather, perfect day. And next we're going to go find somewhere to camp, so hang in there.
After leaving Mount Rushmore, we decided to take a short detour to see the Crazy Horse Memorial. Not gonna lie, it doesn't seem to have changed much since the last time I saw it decades ago. It's dedicated to the Dakota Indian tribe leader Crazy Horse and Native American culture. It's gonna be something truly amazing whenever it's finally completed.
right, I told you when we got to camp I'd show it to you. Here we are. We're probably only 20 minutes from Mount Rushmore. Maybe 20, maybe even not even that at the most. Found this trail, followed it to the end. It doesn't really end, but it goes on the private property. Thus the private property signs right here. Yeah, this is camp tonight. Not gonna cook, might make sandwiches later. Both not very hungry. Gonna enjoy the evening. Got a little fire going. The Ignic fireplace. Puts off just barely enough heat for 2 people. Really only for 1 person. Whichever way the wind's blowing, if you're downwind, you get a little bit warm. That's about it. But clearly this is a farm. A couple farm trucks, hay trucks went by a couple times already. But it shouldn't be a problem. And just a really great spot here in South Dakota, right next to Mount Rushmore in the Black Hills National Forest. Tomorrow, we're going to get up tomorrow and we're going to cruise over about 2.5 hours to the west into Wyoming, which is also a portion of the Black Hills National Forest. And we're going to see Devil's Tower, and then we're going to camp, hopefully, maybe, unless we find something better or it's taken, in the same spot I camped in 2 years ago just after seeing Devil's Tower. So we'll see if we can get some good shots of Devil's Tower and then maybe make camp at the same place. You'll have to stay tuned and come back and see where we make camp tomorrow. We're going to relax, enjoy the rest of the sunlight, and get some sleep. Well, just saw Devil's Tower. I think it's one of the coolest mountains, hills, rocks on the planet. It's cool. It's worth seeing. If you're ever in this area, Wyoming, along the 90, you got to take the 30-minute detour, hour-long detour, just to see it once.
It's worth it.
It's worth it for sure. Plus the area around it. We're looking for camp, and it's right on the other side of the hill from us. So I was on this road 2 years ago. We're shooting for the same campsite that I stayed at, the exact same campsite from 2 years ago. And I remember this road being just packed with wildlife. And so we're really keeping an eye out. We've already seen 3 deer and 50 cows. Coffee as usual. Walked over here to the drop off that I remember from the last time I was here. It is quite steep right here. Bunch of squirrels and chipmunks playing. No animals. Didn't get anything on the game cam again. I know there's a ton of deer out here. I mean, we saw 10 of them on the way to camp from the Devil's Tower to here. At least 10. A couple bucks. But, so just enjoying the morning. It's supposed to start raining. I think it says 9 or 10 o'clock this morning. We should be long gone by then. We leave Devil's Tower this morning and we go to Denver, Colorado. Roseanne has to fly back to work. So yeah, we're getting her to the airport this evening. And then I'm going to stay with my sister in Fort Collins. And then from there, I'll do some research on weather and time, distance, and locations. I want to see the flat tops for sure for a couple days. There's a couple things I want to see in Utah for a couple days. And then maybe a couple things in Arizona and then head home. So 6 to 8 days tops before I get home. After tonight, maybe 7, including Sunday. But I'm looking forward to the last leg of my trip. Also looking forward to get home. This has been a long, long trip. It'll be over 30 days by the time I get home. I haven't counted up the states yet. I was looking at it this morning. There's quite a few states in this trip. In the 20s, I believe. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to let Roseanne sleep in, and I don't know if she's even still sleeping, but let her get down at her pace this morning, and then we'll put away camp and head out. Ma'am, can you move your calf? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just left the Denver airport, dropped off Roseanne for her flight back to California. She has to be to work tomorrow morning. Her flight has already been delayed for 2 hours. They also sent her another message that said, due to the weather in the surrounding area, departure times can be delayed, as well as taxiway times. So it's like bad news on top of bad news. I told her, if you get canceled, let me know, I'll drive back. So, real quick, headed back to my sister's, gonna have dinner. I'm taking tomorrow off. Staying at my sister's. I'm gonna refresh my laundry. I gotta download some video if I can. I gotta figure out a new cable system. My goal is to get to the flat tops, over the pass from Denver, down about halfway through on the 70, and then off to the north is the flat tops. And I want to spend 2 days there. Over the next 24 hours, though, I'm going to be watching the weather really closely, because there's thunderstorms, rain, possible snow at higher elevations. Colorado weather, folks, it's just unpredictable. I'm going to keep a close eye on that. Probably make a decision about 24 hours from now, this time tomorrow, as to where I'm going on Monday. But I'm leaving Monday morning, regardless. Good morning. We are halfway up the pass, I'd say, on the 70 through Colorado, and it dumped some snow last night, at least in portions. It's gorgeous right here. Fall colors, green pine trees with snow in them. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to hit the flat tops today, hopefully, as long as everything's good weather-wise, which supposedly there was no snow or rain on the west slopes of the Rockies in the last 2 days, as there have been at the central part of the high point and the eastern side of the Rockies. So I'm hopeful that we'll get up there. I'll show you as soon as we hit dirt. Hang in there.
You might have seen this tunnel in some of my videos over the years. It's the Eisenhower Edwin C. Johnson Memorial Tunnel. It carries I-70 beneath the Continental Divide in Colorado. Opened in 1973, the tunnel sits over 11,000 feet above sea level and stretches roughly 1.7 miles in length. As the highest vehicular tunnel in North America, its twin bores with 2 lanes of traffic in each direction keep this vital mountain corridor moving year-round through some of the Rockies' harshest weather.
Alright, just turned off on the Coffee Pot Road. There's a stream on this side. I just left the side of the Colorado River, the upper Colorado. The weather looks fantastic. There's no rain in sight for the next couple days. There's some clouds. I'm aware that Colorado can change on a dime instantly. Weather comes and goes. Anyway, I'm excited. Heading off into the flat tops, first time ever.
chilly, 55, not bad. It's supposed to get down to 33 tonight though, so it's gonna be cold. Just got done looking at Deep Creek Overlook. It is Grand Canyon-esque on a smaller scale, but pretty amazing. This place is just full of beauty, Everywhere you look, every corner you go around, so many places to camp. Guys, the colors, the fall colors are still here. I think I already said it, I missed the peak fall colors by probably 2 weeks. But still here, still amazing. Yeah, we're just gonna see how far I can get. Lots to see up here. I could spend probably an entire week up here. I know I could. So yeah, I'm in no rush to make camp. I'm in no rush to make a decision. Stay tuned. You'll find out where I end up. I just have to get out and show you this. I don't want to scare them though. I really don't want to scare this. I'm not going to push through. There's too many. I'll show you. Here, I'll just show you. There's like 1,000 sheep in front of me. They're moving over. I don't really need them to. I was just going to turn around. I don't even know how far around that corner they go. They just keep going. And the rest of them don't seem to want to move. Okay, so decision made. I think we've made our decision. Because of the sheep, and it's the only way to go to the lake I want to go to, I think we're going to go back. I think we're going to go back to where we had signal. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit more research about the area. I think there's enough to do some research, enough signal, I mean, to do some research. Man, what a gorgeous place. What an absolute gorgeous place. But we can't, I'm not going to push through 1,000 sheep right now. I could, I suppose, but I'm not going to. Nope. Not going to do it. Didn't even see him coming by. They're everywhere. Probably another 200 of them right there. Maybe only 100. But they're everywhere. At least they weren't blocking the road on the way back. Thank you, Ronnie, for doing the research on the fires and the fire bans to confirm I can have a fire here tonight. Thank you, sir. Should be enough firewood, I think. A couple hours. That's dinner. Even working? Looks like you're not even working. At the same time, you frosted over.
John Muir once said, "In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks." Standing here with the mountains waking up, it's easy to understand why.
So as you all saw, I had a fire last night. Good morning, by the way. And I wanted to show everybody this. The fire pit has frost on it. Literally, there's frost on the ashes. And I'm going to dig it up. And I don't know what the result's going to be. But I wouldn't actually be shocked if there was still some heat down there. I wouldn't be shocked if there isn't, because it was so cold and I put so much water on it last night that I'm pretty sure it's out. But just in case I can prove a point, I'm going to dig up the coals a bit, turn them over, make sure that this thing is completely out. Got my trusty Baneros folding shovel that I've had for 5 years. Has extensions for the arm. Let's see what happens here. There is still heat in here. That is crazy. That piece of wood is still hot and burning. I'm pretty sure that fire's out. That just goes to show I put probably 3 gallons of water on that last night. No exaggeration. Some leftover iced tea. It looked out. It wasn't even smoldering. We had a cold night last night. Now, is there enough heat to create a fire again? I don't think so. However, if the wind picked up and all there was one coal in there that had one burning ember that got caught up by the wind and took it 50 feet, the chances of that are very slim. But folks, that's how we start forest fires. That's how simple it is. Now, the ones that start forest fires don't try to put their fires out nearly as much as that, or what most of you do, or all of us do. They leave those things burning and leave. I've found them that way. But let's make sure that we put these things out all the way. Okay? Every time. There he was. The Deep Creek overlook. I was here yesterday, just briefly threw the drone right over the edge, and then I didn't throw it over, I flew it over in case that was unrecognizable. Funny thing, I saw the sign here for the Deep Creek. It was explaining everything and all the geological stuff. And there's a flyer on the bottom that says, if you see any domestic sheep, please report them. And it has an email and a phone number. And they ask you to take a photo and give your location. Doesn't say, it talks about the domesticated sheep and the bighorns like it's like they're competing or something. I don't know. Saw some sheep. Anyway, I gotta check out this overlook real quick. Looks pretty spectacular. And then we'll be on our way. Camera doesn't really do it justice, of course. That is deep. 2,000 feet, it says, from the bottom to the top. Forgot to mention, 100 feet or 100 yards from camp this morning. As I pulled out, saw 2 deer, maybe 3, not positive. So we'll be on the lookout for more deer. And some bighorn sheep, because apparently they're out here. We know we found some domesticated sheep, and I'm not sure if I should report them or not. The flyer's asking us to, but I'm not going to do that. Amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right, back to the trail. I think we're about 3 corners away from where the sheep were yesterday. So we shall see what we come across. Here it is. Right here's where they were. And they're gone. Yes. They were from here all the way down. Beyond this corner. Right here. And the road was full of them beyond this corner. The tiny little spot right up here that I just passed. It is a campsite. Pretty close to the water's edge. Here, actually. Boop. Back up. I'll show you. So there's a little fire ring and everything back in there where the Jeep is. And it continues on down through here. And what a cool, amazing, beautiful alpine lake. But I see why people go back inside here and camp, because it's windy right here. There's some gusts coming across the water right now. I'm trying to time it in between gusts. Absolutely beautiful, amazing spot. Gonna move on. There's a cabin. I just passed it. I saw it. Here comes that wind. There's a cabin. Get back in these trees. Not even an eighth of a mile back, I think, of some sort that I want to go back and check out. So there's this little driveway, this little loop that I passed on the way in, and I looked. I'm glad I read that. No motorized vehicles access. Administrative route. So it's obviously a ranger cabin, or yeah, just a ranger cabin. We're gonna go back the way we came just a little bit, and then make a right-hand turn on a no-name trail that leads to a very large lake, and the black trail that leads me to the lake I've been wanting to get to for a while now. So we're gonna head that way, see what it looks like. This is potentially the end of the road for me today. It's not that it's crazy. It's this whole unknown. I'm not from here. I'm not with anyone. I'm alone. You don't know how deep any one of those are. I remember Independence Overland got stuck in one right out here somewhere. And this mud right here, this right here is like snot. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look bad. Right here too. If I tried to drive up, that would slide right off. It's that bad. So today we're not going to make it to Adams Lake. I'm going to get in the Jeep, look at a map, decide what to do next. Gotta go get the camera. There's a cabin. There's a weird tiny little cabin and another like maybe ranger cabin up the road here, or up the hill. All right, so just got back in the Jeep, just got turned around and was riding the lip over a puddle. And the mud, that mud that I was talking about is so slick, I slid right, the back tires slid right into that. This is the right call. I feel like I'm making a lot of calls that I'm okay with, that some people might think, oh, he's not, risking it enough. But look, I'm comfortable with my decision, and that's all that matters. So we're gonna head back to an area by a lake that Tom, who I stopped to talk to for almost an hour. What a pleasure to meet you, Tom. Semper Fi, by the way, sir. I'm gonna look at the campsite Tom pointed out, or that he stayed at last night, that he said was blocked from the wind because of the trees. And then I'm gonna make a decision, and I'm gonna count how many days I have left and decide if I'm even gonna stay in the flat tops tonight. I tried, Ron. There's no fish in that lake. All right, I've made up my mind. Seems crazy, I know, but I'm leaving this beautiful, amazing lake right in the middle of the flat tops of Colorado, only because I want to research this place that I want to go that's west of Moab, not Moab. And I would research both the nights that I have left, maybe the 3 nights that I have left on this trip, and really try to find some amazing spots for the last 3 nights. I know, it's crazy. I know. This perfect spot. I haven't looked, and I hope that I got it from the angle that I was filming myself fish. I believe it was an adult bald eagle and maybe 2 youth bald eagles, because they weren't really bald yet, that flew by. I'm hoping they're in my shot. It was pretty cool. And the route we're going to take is White Owl Trail to Transfer Trail to Glenwood Springs on the 70, and then obviously west on the 70 from there. So that is the plan for us leaving the Flat Tops, which has been absolutely amazing. Talk about delivering. Oh, did it deliver? Anyway, I'll show you the way down. Come on, dude. Please tell me it comes away from this cliff. Transfer Trail is both the most amazing trail and most hair pull. I don't even know. I'm not even done. I gotta shut up. I haven't even gotten through the worst part of it yet. That was 2,000 feet down. Like right there. I don't know if that video is gonna do it justice.
Transfer Trail was, well, both amazing and terrifying at the same time. It took far longer than I expected to get down the mountain, and by the time I reached the bottom, I was completely drained of energy. I ended up getting a room in Glenwood Springs right at the base of the trail, which turned out to be perfect. I was able to rest, reset, and still get the research done that I needed. And by the way, I've been back through Glenwood Springs since this trip, and it is now officially my favorite town in Colorado.
All right, so left my hotel this morning at about 10, washed the Jeep off, got some more coffee, and did some research on where to be today. And my goal yesterday was to get to Moab and then get somewhere like here by morning time, and it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm really not that far behind schedule, if you will. And what did I choose? I chose the Wedge. I've never been here before. Been to Moab 2-3 times now? Twice. Never been up here to the Wedge, but supposedly it's like the miniature Grand Canyon, and there's a trail that runs along the edge with multiple campsites that hopefully, being a Wednesday, school's in session, there's not a holiday this weekend, hopefully I have a pretty good opportunity at getting one of the good spots. So don't go anywhere and I'll show you where I end up camping.
first sign of life actually leaving, which is a good sign. It looks to be a truck and a small trailer and a truck and a full-size trailer, and that's a testament to this road. And these guys didn't struggle one bit, to this point at least, that I've seen. This road it may as well be paved. Yeah, no, this is cool. This is good news, actually, because these guys are leaving the area. That means there's 2 spots that are open, right? All right, making the turn now. There are people out here, so that's not surprising. I'm not surprised. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is clearly not somewhere you camp. It says day use only, and I believe that just means right here, because there's a guy camping right as you hit the edge back there, and there's several places. Clearly they don't want you from the road over to the edge, the way they've blocked things off, but I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna show this to you. You guys, I get the EBGBs when I get close to sheer cliffs, and I have them right now. Really bad. Really, really bad. Because I'm walking up to the edge gently and easily. All right, you ready? I knew it was going to be good because I've seen videos of it before, but being here, it's just different. All right. Now that the beauty is worn off, let's go find camp somewhere on this edge. Mountain House meal is amazing. Actually really, really good. I'm all packed up, minus closing up the back of the Jeep, and the rain just keeps coming through right here. What an awesome campsite this was. Maybe one of my favorites. Very, very high on the list, for sure. You can see it's pouring right out there, so I'm gonna go finish eating this and we'll see you guys on the road. In Moab. I love this town, man. This is a great little town. Had pizza there, stayed at the hotel back there. I've stayed at a hotel way out on the other end of town before. It's a great little town, man. Has really grown up. Like, you don't even wave at Jeeps in this town. There's too many. Valley of the Gods. Already made camp. Didn't get much filming going coming in here, but
I kind of wanted to get to camp really fast so that I could enjoy the afternoon, which I've done. There are some clouds from the storm system over here. Nothing too bad. Storm's coming from over here. I suspect I'm gonna have a great evening, and then tomorrow morning is gonna be much like this morning, with rain sweeping through early morning, about the time I'm getting up, getting ready to go. Because tomorrow's it, guys. I'm driving home. I think it's 9.5 hours non-stop, which means 10.5, 11, probably with gas stops. So it's gonna be a long driving day tomorrow, but that's okay. I've been gone for over a month, and it's time to get home. This is a bucket list camp spot, so 2 bucket lists in 2 days. The Ozarks was a bucket list. I got to camp by one of my favorite places on the planet. Actually, both Rushmore and Devil's Tower. On the way out, I had some amazing campsites, some private property campsites. Tennessee was great. Caught some fish. I mean, what a trip this has been. Right now, I'm going to sit down, enjoy a beverage. I'm going to enjoy this. I'll show you making dinner and the usual stuff, but I'm just going to sit down and relax for a little bit. Gonna have to hurry and eat. Rain's coming in. It's supposed to come in heavy tomorrow, start tomorrow heavy, and then Saturday, Sunday is supposed to be ridiculous out here. So I plan on being long gone by tomorrow morning, about 8 or 9, but it'll be sooner if it needs to be. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy my meal, and then, I don't know, I'm gonna batten down the hatches as much as I can, and we'll see what happens in the next few minutes, if that's gonna rain on me or not. About to head in for bed, and lightning strikes again. It just started to sprinkle. I'm gonna head into the tent, and the lightning bolts. I mean, I don't know how far away they were. It didn't matter. I saw the bolts. I heard the lightning. It's not nearly as bad as the other night in New Mexico, but with the storm coming and this wash right here being in between me and getting home, I decided to just once again play it safe. So I was just putting the KC light covers on. I had just come through the little wash that is the entrance and exit point to where I've been, and notice the sign over here. I'm going to show it to you right now. Oh, lightning in the background. So yeah, that says it all, right? That sign, road impassable when wet. It's about to get real wet. There's a lot of people out there. I'm not sure if there's another way out. I think there is, but we all know my experience in the last few days with new routes. So yeah, I'm right about 100 yards from the highway to head, I don't know where. I'm gonna check the maps, and I'm going to maybe head for a small town with a big gas station and sleep at the gas station for a few hours before driving the rest of the way home. May as well just head home, I think.
This long all-night drive feels like the right moment to look back. From Arizona and the Mogollon Rim to the river and lightning storms in New Mexico, from a gorgeous stretch of land in Kansas, thank you Rodney and Rita, to fishing with my best friend Ron in Alabama and Tennessee, and finally catching some fish and visiting the Jack Daniel's distillery. From the Ozarks in Arkansas to Mount Rushmore in South Dakota and Devil's Tower in Wyoming. From the flat tops of Colorado to this final stop in Utah, 17 states and 33 days on the road. Man, what a trip. To my friends and family, new and old, thank you for supporting me every mile of the way, especially Ron for opening his home for me in the middle of it all, and Roseanne for joining me on the road for 4 unforgettable days. I won't lie, sleeping in my own bed is going to feel pretty incredible, but even then I know I'll be dreaming of the next great overlanding adventure. Thank you for coming along for the journey. If you enjoyed the ride, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what you want to see next. I truly enjoy that interaction. Thank you one last time, and I'll see you in the next video.
Actual cemetery. I'm not going to go in. I have no business going in. There's clearly people come here often to put flowers on graves and whatnot. Appears to be a church, or maybe some church services out here, or when they bury people, they have services. It's Christ is the answer. There's a cross right here. Just thought I'd come down and check it out. All right, I'm going to get back on the road and head out of here. See the mountain in the background, dark as can be. Filming all by yourself. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.